Hello and welcome to the first of our ASC ITC tutorials. My name is Kelly Caldwell. I'm with Stanley Community College's Academy Sports Center Instructor Training Center. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how to use a shell that I have created for you to import into a class that you create and allow you to have existing uploads for your assignments and links to the packet tracer and labs. To begin with, you will need to have the shell file that I sent out via Dropbox. If you don't have that, let me know and I will send you a link to it. But that file is an exported course that I have already created. I created this course and I have it in my particular academy under Intro V6 Shell. For you, what you need to do is just begin to create your course as you normally would. So create your course. You'll notice I have a large number of schools underneath me, but I'm going to create it under my Cisco Academy. Select the Introduction to Networks course since we're using the Introduction to Networks shell. If you were using the Routing, Switching, and Essential shell or the Scaling or Connecting version 6 shell that I will create later, you would simply select those courses. Go down, click Continue. You then will click English version 6 and then give it a course ID. In this case, I'm just going to call this Intro Shell Copy Example. And that's only because I'm going to delete this course as soon as it's over, or as soon as I finish this example. The course ID and the course name can be the same. It just depends on your own particular course. You put in the dates for your course, and this is the exact same process you use to add a class, regardless of whether or not you're going to use my shell to populate it. Now, we go in, you've got your main instructor, and click Continue. And then I go ahead and just say Publish Now for simplicity's sake. Once you go to Publish Now, you'll see that it says no students are enrolled in the course. You could then go through the process of enrolling students. What I'm going to do here, though, is just go I'm teaching, because you want to set the course up before you make it available to the students. Be aware, if you don't have it set up, you need to go in and say In Progress or Favorites, depending on how you set your favorites. So we've got In Progress. And here's my intro shell copy example. Beware when you create a course, it takes a few minutes for the actual modules to be populated into the course, to be copied inside of Canvas. So if you go in the course and see no modules or don't see the main course splash page, it means you need to wait a few more minutes and allow that particular course to be populated. So again, I'll give it a few minutes and then we'll come back once it is populated. You'll notice now the course is populated with the course content. If I go to the Modules tab, you will see that there are the modules are populated. I mean, there's chapters 1 through 4. You'll notice, however, that in assignments, none of the assignments like you normally find inside of my courses are in here. You've got chapter exams, pre-test exams, etc. But you don't have the PT lab assignments or the PT assignments or lab assignments. Now I'm going to go ahead and delete this assignments button because you don't need it. Because what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to populate the assignments I've already created in the shell into your course. So you go to Settings and you're going to say Import Course Content. Once you do that, you're going to select Content Type. Now I have sent you a Canvas Course Export package. So you click there and you go and choose the file, and you need to find wherever you downloaded that file to. In this case, we've got intro shell 17 export.imscc, and I downloaded that from the link that I sent out to everyone. And this is the very important item you need to do. You must do select specific content, and I also always say adjust the dates and remove any due dates. That way you don't accidentally have due dates from another course inside of it. You then click Import, and it will give you a prompt here in a second that says select the content you wish to import. We're only going to import a couple things. We're going to import the modules themselves, and then we're going to import the assignments, and that's it. We'll then have to go into our modules item and move some things around so that items work correctly. So it's queued, so it would be just a second here, and we can either go in and run it, and then it's going to ask us for what we want. Now I'm going to select content, and all you need to select each one of the chapters. Those are the modules. So select every module that is aligned with a chapter, and that's it. Don't select any of the others, otherwise you'll end up with duplicates, more duplicates than we'll already have. So just select those chapter modules. And then also under assignments, you need to select the packet tracer and the lab folders. Those are the ones that contain all of the assignments that I have already created. Do select content and then let it run. We'll let this run and then I'll come back when it's over and show you what you need to do at the end. Okay, you can now see that the import is completed. At this point, if you go to your modules, you're going to notice that you actually still have the original modules that were available, and you also have at the bottom new modules that have been imported where we imported the content that I gave you. Now here is where it gets a little bit tricky, but I just minimize all the chapters except for the chapter I'm working on. So minimize all the chapters except the one you're working on, because you're going to have to do a little bit of work. Unfortunately, you can't import into a blank course, so there's always content already existing here, and so you need to do the following steps. So what we're going to do is go down and grab, I'm going to minimize these too so you don't see these. There's no need to have them. I'm going to go down and grab chapter 1, which was imported as part of my modules, and bring it all the way up. Just pull it up until it goes, oops, wrong thing. Grab the actual chapter itself and just pull it up until you've got it directly underneath the other existing module. Now, one of the things you need to do, you'll notice it says launch chapter 1, 2, and you've got these terms and practices. You need to go in and just delete that, just remove it. So remove those items from the imported modules, and then just copy down these, just drag them down underneath. So there, launch chapter 1 and your practice terms. You also will want to delete the existing quiz because it's matched to a different section, and then just bring it down, bring quiz 1 down here, and bring the exam down here. And now you'll see that you have the format that I use in course. In our courses, you can launch it. You've got links to the packet tracer so to go straight there and your students can download it. You also have the uploads that are available for your students to upload their packet tracer, so the assignments are all here, and all that is available for you without you having to go in and create every single one of these uploads. I then just go in and take the existing module that was there, delete it, and then minimize so that I know now I need to do the next module. And again, it's a very simple process. Grab the module that's existing, bring it all the way up until you've got it directly underneath the module you're working on. Again, sometimes you have to kind of play with it a little bit. Delete the launch chapter and practice terms that are in the imported modules. Drag down the existing ones. Delete the existing quiz at the bottom. And then drag the quiz and the chapter exam down under the exams portion of the module that you've imported. And this will keep you from having to create all of these upload assignments and links yourself. Then just delete that. And you'll need to repeat this for every single one of the chapters. So it takes about 10 minutes to do this, but it's not that difficult to do. And once you do that, you'll notice when you go to assignments, you'll have all the assignments that were created. So all the packet tracer assignments, you'll have all of the lab assignments. Chapter exams are in there by default, but here are the lab assignments that I created for the uploads. Now, some of these, I don't have all the lab assignments and all the packet. I think I have all the packet tracers, but not all the lab assignments. So if you wish to add an assignment, you simply go to the group you want it in. Let's say I wanted to add another lab assignment for some reason, so let's go down to labs. You can literally just click here and say assignment, and I say additional assignment, or whatever you want to call it. You can put your due date here if you so choose to do so. You can give it points, okay? And then under more options, if you want them to be able to upload an item, you just go down and you do submission as online, and you can say file uploads. You can make them do a media recording. You also can do an online and text entry. So if you just want them to type something in or enter something, they can do that. All of my assignments are file uploads. And then you can go in and just go save. And you will see that when I go back to my assignments, underneath the lab, I'm going to minimize these. Underneath the labs at the bottom, you'll see the additional assignment. Now notice it's not published because I didn't say save and publish. I just said save. Be aware, anytime you make an assignment, if you don't publish it, it's not available. Once it's published, those students will be able to see it. If you ever need to delete an assignment, just delete it. Let's say for some reason you don't want your students doing this lab, well, you can just delete that lab and then it won't be in there for you. The last item I will tell you about assignments is be aware that by default there are some percentages in here that will show the student's grade. For instance, if you don't want their if you don't want the pretest to be 10% of the grade, which I never do, you make that 0%, and then you go in and say, okay, I want packet tracers to be 15% of the grade, and so on and so forth, and you change each one of these assignment groups to have a particular percentage, and then when you go under grades, those percentages will be used to determine what's the student's grade in the grade book. Okay, because you see here, right now chapter exams are 40%, packet tracers are 15%, and 25% is the final. These percentages come directly from what you set under the assignment tab inside of the course itself. I hope this video has been helpful. I hope that saves you a great deal of time setting up your Introduction to Networks version 6 course. I will be sending out links for the Routing Switching Essentials version 6 course shell via Dropbox here shortly. You'll use the exact same process. You'll just change it to be a Routing and Switching Essentials course. Again, I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, email us and we'll do everything we can to answer them. Thank you.